Jaden, you said when Blake went out, everyone kind of just has to do their own thing, don't do too much. But when you lose Blake, when Jamal's out, when Chris is hobbled, does it put a little more on you to have these 26-point nights?
Definitely feel like there's more of an opportunity to take more shots. You know, I was joking the day of the Portland game with Matt and Jamal in the morning. You know, I don't think I'd ever taken more than 19 shots in a game. And I knew Jamal was going to be out, I knew Matt was going to be out. They were both like, yeah, you're going to have to shoot, 20 or 25 shots. I mean, that's just the way our team is right now. Jamal and Blake are two of the guys we go to, specifically two of the guys we go to in the fourth quarter. So there's more of an opportunity there. And yeah, I mean, I have to pick up the slack where other guys are down.
How gutsy was that of Chris to go out there like that?
I mean, it's funny. I mean, what do you have, 15? Yeah, he played on one leg and he had 15 assists. They didn't really figure it out to the third quarter either that he was hobbled. So he's incredibly competitive. I don't even think that he expected to play today, during the day or whatever in the lead up to the game. But he just gutted it out. I mean, I'm not surprised that he played because he's tough and he's competitive, but just really happy that he did.
How would you describe the team D and the importance of that even more now than ever?
That was the difference in the game tonight. In the first half, we were able to get a little bit of separation with our second unit. They got stuck at 33 for a while, and then start of the fourth was another great stretch defensively for us. When they're at full strength, they have some really good players offensively, and we did a nice job on a bunch of guys tonight and limited what they wanted to do. So, for us, look, if we're going to be a championship level team, we have to play great team D.
JJ, would you talk about as far as the inside-out game, as far as with DJ doing what he's doing, how much more does that open you up and provide opportunities for you guys to have a game such as tonight?
Yeah, I mean, the two go hand in hand. Playing Spencer at the 4 creates a little bit extra room. It doesn't seem like much, but if his man is 2 extra feet closer to Spencer, it gives DJ more room to roll and catch those lobs or duck in or be one-on-one on offensive rebounds. That's today's NBA is generally speaking, you want to put 3 or 4 shooters around a dominant kind of center and have him just roll to the basket. It's why we were successful for a number of years in Orlando with Dwight. I think it's a great way to play, and it's allowed DJ to really shine. He's been fantastic.
Preview thought on the road trip coming up, and what are you going to do to stop Russell Westbrook yourself?
Yeah, me. Yeah. I mean, look, we've had a tough stretch of games going back to pre-All-Star break. Finishing with a bunch of teams that are in the playoff hunt, and then starting post-All-Star break with a bunch of teams that are in the playoff hunt. It doesn't seem like there's a ton of easy games for us tonight, even though they haven't won a lot of games this year. It wasn't an easy game, especially now that they're at full strength. So going into this road trip, we've got to be great. Hopefully we can get some guys healthy. Who knows, when certain guys will be back, but it's on everybody to continue to step up and take a little bit greater responsibility on both ends of the floor. And in terms of Russell Westbrook, I'm the Westbrook stopper. That's generally speaking, that's what's in the scouting report.
Is he pretty good right now?
Defensive stopper. No, I mean, Steph has had an unbelievable year. James has had an unbelievable year. I don't know what position OKC ends up in, but I would give the MVP to Russell Westbrook. I mean, James and Steph are deserving, but what he's done the last 2 months is incredible.
Is he a good dresser?
Well, I'm sorry, what?
Is he a good dresser, Russell Westbrook? Is someone who cares about these things? I'd be curious about that.
Very, very similar. Me and him. Neither of us have stylists, apparently. Not like everybody else.
I got one more. There's some thought that maybe you guys should stay in the 3 to 6 seeding range to avoid playing like you don't want to play Memphis or Golden State.
Yeah.
Are you on board with that? Is that something that you think about or look at or are hoping for?
I'm sure it'll come down to the last 5 games with as crowded as everything is right now. It'll come down to the last 5 games. I mean, you've seen it happen before. I think it was 2 years ago, or maybe the lockout year, that Atlanta and Indiana were kind of flip-flopping and trying to avoid each other or something like that. I just remember it happening. I don't necessarily think Doc's going to try to lose games on purpose, but in the playoffs, matchups are very important. More so than what your home court advantage is or what your record in the regular season is. It's how do you match up with this team? How do you match up with them in a 7-game series? How do you match up with them in a slower game a lot of times in the playoffs? So that's going to be more important, I think, than seeding.
All right, thanks, everyone.